Yo, what's up guys, this is Atrix here, and what you're about to see might just bring tears to your eyes because Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu can finally be played on our Android devices in full speed with no texture issues whatsoever in the latest version of Skyline Emulator. So in this video, I'll be telling you guys the settings which I am using to get such a good gameplay experience, and I'll be also talking about emulating this game on devices with Mali GPU, for example Exynos or MediaTek processors. By the way, if this video reaches 300 likes, then I myself will be testing out this game along with Skyline Emulator on an Android device with MediaTek processor with Mali GPU, and we'll take a look at the gameplay experience in that phone as well. So be sure to hit that like button and subscribe, turn on all notification if you want to watch that video. But just take a look at this gameplay, it's literally mind blowing. It is running on my Android device just as good as it would run on a Nintendo Switch, which just makes me very emotional because in the past 4 years playing Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu on my Android device has been a big deal. I have made many videos on it on my first channel, which was Bifrost, and also on Aptrix. We used many cloud gaming platforms to play this game. We even tried out Egg Emulator, but for that I had to buy GameSir X2 gamepad just so that I could emulate this specific game and upload a video on it. And in 2023 there is no longer need of such complicated methods. Skyline Emulator is the best way to run or emulate Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu on our Android devices. As I am emulating this game, I can't even see a single graphical issues. Even on Citra Emulator you see graphical issues when playing games. Above that there is not even a single frame drop, no freezing issue. You don't need to add a save file to go in game anymore. If you are even trying this game on the normal version of Skyline Emulator, everything is working flawlessly thanks to Team Skyline and their hard work towards this emulator. In early 2022, the only game which was running was Sonic Mania. Let's Go Pikachu started running just after that, but it had lot of graphical issues. Now I am just so amazed to be able to play this game. Let's talk about the settings which I am using to run this game on my Android device. Before that, I am using OnePlus 11 with Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor and 16GB of RAM for today's emulation test, but I am pretty sure Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu is a low-end game, so if you try emulating this game on your low-end devices, as I have already tested in my Skyline Emulator low-end device test, this game will definitely work with 10 to 15 FPS and no graphical issues. Here are the settings which you should use if you also want a good gameplay experience. Disable dock mode, show performance statistics can be enabled, audio output is also enabled, GPU driver configuration is default, force triple buffering is enabled, execute a slot count scale at 6 and 512, force maximum GPU clocks, free guest texture memory enabled, fast GPU read back writes both enabled. So these are the settings which I am using. You can pause the video or go back just to reconfirm all the settings, and if you have an Snapdragon processor then this game should work pretty well. Now let's talk about the topic of this game's emulation on MediaTek processors. Now as Skyline Emulator is still working on making the emulator compatible with more games, currently Mali GPU is not one of their main concerns. Let me give you guys some information on why the Skyline Emulator performs way worse on devices with MediaTek or Exynos processor. That's because Mali GPU is really complex and it is not really well suited for emulation. Developers have to make sure to add extra code and optimize their emulator, especially for devices with Mali GPU, as it doesn't work as well as Snapdragon even after optimizing. That's because again the complexity of the GPU. So if your Android device comes with an MediaTek or Exynos processor, then emulation will be way worse. It may also cause texture issues, so on those devices you might not see this game work just as well as it's working right now on my Android device, because I am using a Snapdragon processor which comes with Adreno GPU and it is really well suited for emulation. So the best performance and the best gameplay experience you will only get on Snapdragon processor Android devices, but this game will still work on Mali GPU, because as I mentioned, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu is one of the mid-range or low-end games. If you own an Android device with mid-range MediaTek processor, then this game will work 100% guaranteed. So let me know in the comment section down below what device are you using, which processor does it have, and is this game playable on your device or not. I gave you guys my honest opinions and I'm really happy to see Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu finally playable with full FPS, full speed, percentage, 100% speed. All the fake games, fake Let's Go Pikachu clones are no longer worth it, because if you can play the real deal, then why try out fake games, right? So that's going to be it for my voiceover. See you guys later. Enjoy the gameplay. Goodbye.